بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله على خاتم النبيين محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم محمد أشرف الأعراب والعجم محمد خير من يمشي على قدم محمد ذكره روح لأنفسنا محمد شكره فرض على الأمم محمد زينة الدنيا وبهجتها محمد كاشف الغمات والظلم محمد خير خلق الله من مضر محمد خير خلق الله من مضر محمد خاتم للرسل كلهم محمد يوم بعث الناس شافعنا محمد نوره الهادي من الظلم محمد خير خلق الله من مضر محمد خاتم للرسل كلهم محمد قائم لله ذو همم محمد خاتم للرسل كلهم صلى الله تعالى عليه وصحبه وسلم. Alhamdulillah, once again we are in the house of Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala on this blessed day of Sayyidul Ayyam, Yawm al-Jum'ah. Yawm al-Jum'ah is Sayyidul Ayyam, meaning the master of all of the days. And Alhamdulillah, once again Allah Almighty has allowed us, given us the permission to be here once again. In the time that we have, inshallah, I want to speak about a very, very important topic, and something which is necessary and very important for us to instill into our hearts in this day and age. As this is the blessed month of Sayyiduna Abu Bakr as-Siddiq radiyallahu ta'ala anhu, inshallah we will have some fada'il and some virtues of our master Sayyiduna Abu Bakr as-Siddiq radiyallahu ta'ala anhu. So this title, this name Siddiq, if we look linguistically at this name Siddiq, this means the extremely truthful. As the name Siddiq is on the wazn, on the scale, Arabic scale of fi'ilun. And this scale fi'il, this gives the meaning of abundance. This is known as ismul mubalagha. This scale, this wazn, this is known as ismul mubalagha, which gives the meaning of abundance. So, looking at this scale, if we change the letters of Fa, Ain and Lam to Sad, Dal and Qaf to Sidq, then it becomes Siddiq, meaning the extremely, extremely, extremely truthful. And this is the title given to Sayyidina Abu Bakr as-Siddiq radiyallahu ta'ala anhu. Now, let's look at how our master Sayyidina Abu Bakr as-Siddiq, how he received this title. So Sayyidina Abu Bakr as-Siddiq radiyallahu ta'ala anhu, one time he was present in one place, and then the kuffar of the time, they came to Sayyidina Abu Bakr as-Siddiq radiyallahu anhu, and they said to Abu Bakr that Sayyidina Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he has said that he traveled from Masjid al-Haram in Makkah al-Mukarramah to Masjid al-Aqsa, and then he ascended to the skies, to the heavens, to the Arsh of Allah, and he had the ziyarah of Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala in a short amount of time, just in one night. Then Sayyidina Abu Bakr as-Siddiq radiyallahu ta'ala, he famously said that if Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said more than this, I believe in him. If Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said even more than this, I believe in him. This is how Sayyidina Abu Bakr as-Siddiq, he became attributed and known with the title as Siddiq. And as I mentioned, the name Siddiq, this is Ism Mubalagha in the Arabic language, meaning the extremely, extremely, extremely truthful. So, looking more forward into the blessed life of Sayyidina Abu Bakr as-Siddiq, and just some virtues, some fadail in the time that we have, inshallah. Sayyidina Abu Bakr as-Siddiq radiyallahu ta'ala anhu, he was the biggest ashiq of Sayyidina Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. He is known as Ashiq Akbar. This is one of his titles, Ashiq Akbar, meaning the biggest ashiq. And he is the most afdal of the Sahaba Ikram. He is the highest and the greatest in rank of the Sahaba Ikram. The ulama mentioned one hadith of Sayyidina Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, one of his khususiyat, one of his khasiyat, one of his special qualities is that he has jawami'ul kalam. He has the most eloquent speech, the most fasih, the afsah, the most baligh, the most eloquent speech. And Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, he can say one word, and this one word, this can have unlimited meanings. So Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, the possessor of Jawabi al-Kalam, the most beautiful, the most eloquent speech, he said, "Khayru quruni qarni," that the best of all times is my time. And the ulama, they go into detail about this. That Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, he said, "Khayru quruni qarni," that the best of all times is my time. If we look at the word qarni, the first letter is qaf. And the ulama say, if we look at the first letter, which is qaf, this is, we can attribute this qaf with Abu Bakr as-Siddiq. The last letter of Siddiq is qaf. Then, if we look at the next letter of qarni, it is ra. Then we can attribute this ra with Umar radiallahu ta'ala. The last letter of Umar is ra. Then if we look at the next word of qarni, it is noon. Then we can attribute this noon with Sayyiduna Uthman al-Ghani radiallahu ta'ala anhu dhun-nurayn. Then if we look at the last letter of qarni, it is ya. Then we can attribute this ya with Sayyiduna Ali radiallahu ta'ala, subhanallah. Then we see the maqam, we see the shan of the Sahaba Ikram, of the Khulafa Rashidin, through this blessed hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. So, the best and most afdal, the greatest companion, the most afdal companion of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is the first Khalifa of Islam, Khalifa of Rasulullah, Sayyidina Abu Bakr as-Siddiq radiallahu ta'ala. So in the summary, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, there are three things in this world which are most beloved to me. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, number one, that جُعِلَتْ قُرَّةُ عَيْنِي فِي الصَّلَاةِ, that salah has been made the coolness of my eyes. The second thing that Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam mentioned was itam, that fragrance is beloved to me in this world. And then Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, the third thing which is most beloved to me is an-nisa. And the ulama mentioned the blessed wives of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And also, Sayyidina Abu Bakr as-Siddiq, he also said there are three things which are most beloved to me in this world. And Sayyidina Abu Bakr as-Siddiq radiallahu anhu, he said, the first thing is to always look at the blessed face of Sayyidina Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. To spend all of my time doing ziyarah of the blessed face of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Then he said, the second thing which is the most beloved to me is to spend all of my time in the company of Sayyidina Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, subhanallah. Then he said, the third thing which is most beloved to me is to spend all of my wealth for Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. This shows the great rank of Sayyidina Abu Bakr as-Siddiq and his great ishq for Sayyidina Rasulullah sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam. Also Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said in the summary, that no one's wealth benefited me more than the wealth of Abu Bakr. No one's wealth benefited me more than the wealth of Abu Bakr. Then upon hearing this, Sayyidina Abu Bakr as-Siddiq radiallahu anhu, he said, he humbly replied, he humbly then urged that, Ya Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, Abu Bakr and all of his wealth are for you. Subhanallah. This is the status of Sayyidina Abu Bakr as-Siddiq, and this is the blessed month of our master, Sayyidina Siddiq Akbar, Sayyidina Abu Bakr as-Siddiq radiallahu ta'ala. Also looking more further forward, Allah Azza wa Jal, He mentioned in the Quran, radiyallahu anhum wa radu anhu, regarding the Sahaba Ikram, that they are pleased with Allah Almighty, that Allah Almighty is pleased with them, and they are all pleased with Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala. This shows the maqam of the Sahaba Ikram. And imagine the most afdal of the Sahaba Ikram, the one who is known as Atiqun min al-nar, the one who is freed from the hellfire. Sayyidina Abu Bakr as-Siddiq, one of his alqab is Atiq. This is famous, maybe some of you know this. He's known as Atiq, meaning the one who is free. And Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he made Sayyidina Abu Bakr as-Siddiq free from the hellfire. There's also a hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam mentioned in the summary, that Abu Bakr fil Jannah, Umar fil Jannah, Uthman fil Jannah, Ali fil Jannah. And all of the 10 Ashra al-Mubashirin, all of these auspicious Sahaba Ikram were mentioned by Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Talha fil Jannah, Abdul Rahman bil Auf fil Jannah, Abdul Rahman bil Auf fil Jannah, or Kadha, like this. All of the Sahaba, the Ashraf al-Mubashirin, they were mentioned. So as we can see from this hadith, Sayyidina Abu Bakr Siddiq, qat'i, he is a Jannati. All of the Sahaba Ikram, every single Sahabi, qat'i from the Quran, we know that they are all Ahlul Jannah. All of them are Jannatis. Every single Sahabi is a Jannati. This is proven from the Quran and Ahadith. Allah Ta'ala has given them wa'ad al-husna. Allah has promised them the best outcome, the best state in the Akhirah, which is Al-Jannah. So all of the Sahaba Ikram, every single Sahabi is a Jannati. This is proven from the Quran and Ahadith of Sayyidina Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. So imagine the rank, the blessed rank of Sayyidina Abu Bakr as-Siddiq. He was the greatest of the Sahaba Ikram. Imagine how high his rank is. And even until today, Sayyidina Abu Bakr as-Siddiq, he rests beside the beloved sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. At that time in Ghar Thawr, when there was only Rasulullah alayhi salatu wasalam, only Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam was there, the only person that was with Rasulullah alayhi salatu wasalam was Sayyidina Abu Bakr as-Siddiq radiallahu anhu. He was enjoying the company of Rasulullah alayhi salatu wasalam all by himself. So this close proximity, this close Sahbah of Rasulullah alayhi salatu wasalam, this was only granted to Sayyidina Abu Bakr as-Siddiq radiallahu ta'ala anhu. So this is enough to show his great rank, his great maqam in Islam. His great rank, his great daraja. So my dear son brothers, we must work to inculcate and to increase the ishq of Sayyidina Abu Bakr as-Siddiq, the mahabbah, the ishq of Sayyidina Abu Bakr as-Siddiq in our hearts. Because the love for him, inshallah, this will be a means for us to enter into Al-Jannah. This will be a means for us to improve ourselves. This will be a means for us to develop and increase in the ishq of Sayyidina Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. This will be a means for us to gain the rida of Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam mentioned that a man, he will be with he who he loved. We love Rasulullah alayhi wa sallam more than anything. We love Sayyidina Abu Bakr as-Siddiq radiallahu anhu extensively, intensively, abundantly, alhamdulillah. And inshallah, our hashr and the rest of our akhirah will be with them, inshallah. So, inshallah, I hope this is some points that we can learn from today. And this is, I urge all of my Muslim brothers, I urge all of you to try to read the seerah of Sayyidina Abu Bakr as-Siddiq radiallahu ta'ala, to read the life of Sayyidina Abu Bakr as-Siddiq radiallahu ta'ala anhu, and learn about this great man, the greatest sahabi of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, and try to see how he lived his life. Just before we finish, I will mention a very, very beautiful incident. That when Sayyidina Abu Bakr as-Siddiq radiallahu anhu, when he physically left this world, Sayyidina Umar Farooq al-A'zam radiallahu ta'ala, Sayyidina Umar ibn al-Khattab radiallahu ta'ala anhu, he became the Amir al-Mu'mineen, as we know. He's the second Khalifa of the Khulafa Rashidin. Then one time he found out about a lady who was blind and she was very elderly. Then he decided that without anyone else knowing, without telling anyone, in solitude, I will go to that lady and I will cook for her and I will feed her. The Khalifa, the leader of Islam. Imagine the leaders today. Would they go to one poor old lady without telling anyone, without letting anyone know, and go and feed that lady themselves with their own hands? This is beyond any question. They wouldn't do this. They don't even feed the qawm itself. They don't even feed the nation themselves in some circumstances, let alone one poor lady, old lady. So Sayyidina Umar radiallahu anhu himself, he went to this old lady without telling anyone. And then he, with his own hands, he cooked for her and he went to feed her. And without saying anything, he took some food and he began to put it into the mouth of the old lady. Then when the old lady, when she took the first bite, the first thing that she said was, it looks like Abu Bakr is not in this world anymore. Subhanallah. She said, it looks like Abu Bakr has left this world now. Then she said that whenever Abu Bakr would feed me, first he would check if the food was cold or hot first. So Sayyidina Abu Bakr, he was already feeding her before, subhanAllah, without anyone else knowing. And Sayyidina Abu Bakr as-Siddiq radiallahu ta'ala anhu, he was already feeding this old blind lady without anyone else knowing. And this only became apparent once his old lady herself mentioned this statement, subhanAllah. This shows the great rank of Sayyidina Abu Bakr as-Siddiq radiallahu anhu, and we ask Allah, may He bless us all. And I really urge all of you to learn and read the blessed seerah, the life of Sayyidina Abu Bakr as-Siddiq. Wa sallallahu ala Sayyidina Muhammad. Subhanaka Allahumma wa bihamdika la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Subhanaka Allahumma wa bihamdika la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك وصلى الله على حبيبنا محمد اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد. Everyone please perform your